but not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see.
How can he possibly help us?
Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
Let's find him. Alrighty. Now before I find Cadwell, I'm going to explore a little bit more, see if I can find anything that will be of use to me. Just look around here a little bit. Here's another chest. Some sponge jerkin, that's some light armor. Very good, very good. This creeper. Get that going, there we go. I still don't look very cool, but it's better than nothing. I'm gonna run around here along the edges here of the ground where all these little camps are and see what we can find. Some more chests, hopefully. I guess these people just let the shriven run around and they don't really care. There's an empty chest. Oh, flame matronach. I'm gonna try to avoid whatever I can. All the way back here, another shriven. Oh, I see a chest back there. I think this is worth it. Destructive touch. Maybe not. Alright, whatever. We're gonna go with what we have here and work our way over to this alternate route. I might need to put some points into stamina just so I can run a little bit. I'm pretty low on that, obviously. I'm only level 1, but this is what it's gonna be like all the way up. So, Swollen Knuckles. That's a nice name. Okay. So we're headed this way. Oh, taking that sucker out. I do like staffs. I like being at range. My main character, for those of you who don't know, is a Nightblade, so I play melee. I do have a bow bar that I've been using more, but this is still going to be a lot different. So I typically have a balance. Oh, did I not talk to Cadwell? There I go. I knew where I was supposed to go, but I skipped an important step. Whoops. Cadwell is a pretty interesting guy. He's one of my favorite characters out of the primary ones.
Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it.
You must be Cadwell.
Sir Cadwell, yes indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then?
We're trying to get inside the Prophet's enclosure. The door's stuck.
Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between.
How do we get through all that?
Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well.
Where's the entrance?
Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Do check him.
Alrighty, now we're gonna go where I just went a moment ago. I've played through this tutorial, especially multiple times, because there is a sky shard in it, which you do not get if you skip it, as well as these little pieces of armor and whatnot. Obviously, you replace them pretty quickly, but it's still something. Alrighty, so we got control to sneak. If we want to deactivate some traps, I'm going to try to sneak past them in my own way and just not get hit by them, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, there's another level up. Let's go ahead and work with this. Throw some magic on there. Let's see, so our next move for the destruction tab is Wall of Elements. 600 damage every 1 second. Effect. So it's kind of a wall. That doesn't seem like I'll need that very much. Force Shock. I hear that's a pretty good move at 14. And we get a passive at 5, but I'm not going to really focus on passives too much yet. So let's go ahead and put a point here into Ardent Flame so we can start getting this unlocked. Fire. Obviously, I want to keep people away from me, so Fiery Grip kind of defeats that purpose, but I'll deal with it. Did I not disarm that? Whatever. Alright, where are we headed? Let's try this move out. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool looking. Alright, here we go. I'm going to increase Ardent Flame pretty quickly though, thankfully, so I'll be able to get the next move, which is a very good one. Especially for this build that I'm going for. I'm not going to exactly copy the one that I saw on Force's channel. I'm going to try to make it a little original myself because there's no fun in that. Oops. So from there, I'll just kind of freestyle and see what we end up making. Okay, so we have made it to the Prophet's cell. This is a very large room, as well as a very large contraption to hold one person, but I guess better safe than sorry. There he is right there in the middle. I guess he's pretty powerful.
Alright. Good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you.
What do you mean?
I probably should have mentioned this before, but it never seemed like the right time. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet.
Do what you must.
We can't possibly understand it right now, but the Prophet chose you for a reason. You're important, and everyone and everything we've ever loved is in danger. Get the Prophet to safety. I'll find my own way back, if I can.
Got it.
There are magical locking devices on either side of the cage. You need to deactivate both of them so I can begin the transfer. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
Gotcha. Okay. I do like how there are multiple text lines to go through in this game depending on how you kind of want to behave. Or in some quests, in some scenarios, it really changes how things end entirely. So it lets you be a little more free and kind of choose your own adventure, sort of. Okay, so we've got his prison deactivated here, and she's doing her thing. Gonna switch places with him, because I guess that's the only way. She seemed pretty confident about it. And there she goes. And there he is.
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. Let us sacrifice everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. I wish that were possible. But I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige.
Vestige?
That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is, as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined.
Why does Lyris call you a prophet?
That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor.
Anchor?
The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it.
Alrighty. Here's a little fun fact. This guy, the Prophet, is actually voiced by none other than Albus Dumbledore from Harry Potter. I believe that's like the third movie through the seventh, or I guess he's not in the seventh one, spoiler. But yeah, so the guy that plays Dumbledore actually voices this guy, which is pretty cool. I didn't know he took gigs on video games, but does a pretty good job. Every text line is voice acted in this game, which is really impressive because there is a lot of it. Alright, let's try this fiery grip off him. Oh, two killed two guys. Ooh, that does do a lot of damage, so that is pretty nice. Here we have...
The souls of the damned are my weapons. You will know eons of suffering.
Moloch Ball. And a Child of Bones. This is a pretty big boss, so it's probably going to take me a little while to get down here. Oh, looks like Fiery Grip does not work very well. One good thing about not having to use any stamina is that I'll be able to use most of it on roll dodging and whatnot, if I do need to use it. Roll dodging is very important and comes into play a lot. Let me see if I can get a demonstration there. Well, that wasn't necessary, but... Thankfully, here the Prophet is healing me. I would probably be a goner already. which is not very powerful. Anything really. Uh-oh. What's going on here? What's happening? I do suffer from an occasional lag or something else like that, so you kind of just have to press buttons sometimes and break out of it. That's something that goes on with the mega servers occasionally. So if you're noticing that you're clicking and pressing buttons and nothing's happening, well, there's your experience. So a couple more hits here and the Child of Bones is no more. And we get some gold. I don't really need a greatsword, so he's cleaned up.
The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first you must reattune yourself to Nern in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a sky shard.
Sky shard?
A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nern. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb.
I'm ready. Alright, so here's the reason you should place the tutorial along with these other little scraps I've picked up. This sky shard is completely unobtainable and you do not get credit for it if you skip the tutorial. I understand that there are up to 300 skill points in the game, which means a lot of sky shards, but it does come in handy, so I do suggest you run the tutorial.
Your children are lost.
So now we are going to escape. I guess the Prophet is creating some kind of magical thing here to allow us to get out. He's pretty powerful from the looks of it.
I require your strength.
He's got some painting on his neck. Or maybe
Let
that's
the way
just
be
the shade.
opened. Let these wandering souls return home.
Let's
Let the
go.
will of Moloch Baal be denied. Hurry! We must go now.
All right, let's get out of here. Escape to Tamriel. Well, let us see where we end up. Alright, so we've taken a little journey out of Cold Harbor. We are now in this cozy little room here with the Prophet next to
As
us.
I feared, we arrived at different locations. I am in a city of industry, where men speak of intrigues and plots beneath layers of innuendo and pleasantry. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path.
How long was I unconscious?
Days, weeks, I cannot tell. The voyage between worlds disrupted all sense of time and space. I know only that you were deposited into the sea, and some charitable soul fished you out and brought you to dry land.
What should I do?
I'm afraid you'll have to decide that for yourself. I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath